In the words of V Westlife, another day, another keyboard review. This one here is the PICTEK PC244A. I saw it online on Amazon. I've been buying a lot of stuff on Amazon recently for $24.99. This one's actually for somebody else. I already have a keyboard. I have a blue keyboard, blue switch keyboard, and a back there, and I have a brown switch keyboard over here. So I don't need this, but this is for somebody else. But I wanted to actually review it and do a little bit of a comparison because I find that fascinating. So yeah, PICTEK is the brand. It's normally $45.99 Canadian online, which is a decent price as it is, but it was on for $24.99. This is a 87 key, so it doesn't have the numpad on it. Apparently it's RGB. They do also have the full keyboard on sale, but I believe it's $20 more, and I don't need that because I actually use a external red switch numpad because I don't use it often, but when I do, it's nice to have something dedicated. But yeah, let's have a look at this. I've seen this brand online quite a bit for just keyboards and mice and that. It has pretty good reviews. 4.5 stars on Amazon, and I've seen it in other places with pretty good reviews, but I wanted to do one myself since I'm a keyboard person. So keycap puller right there off the bat. It's okay. The manual, because I'm sure there's lots of different key combinations. Because as I mentioned, there's an RGB keyboard. Let's put this over here. Okay, so right off the bat, feels pretty cheap actually right off the bat. It's quite light. It feels it's a lot of flex on that keyboard right off the bat, a lot of flex. And this feels like the cheap plastic you get on like children's toys, at least when I was a kid. Kind of this I don't even know if this is here's like a pressed plastic, super cheap quality plastic. Doesn't mean the keyboard's bad though. I mean, if they save money in the plastic, maybe they have really good switches, but I mean, the build quality right off the bat is pretty bad, to be honest. Yeah, it feels like honestly, it feels like a fake keyboard you'd give to a kid or something. There's a singular screw there. I don't see anything else anywhere. English, uppercase, lowercase. So light on is capital. I mean, light off is lowercase. That's pretty standard. Yeah, so it's a blue switch keyboard. Let's just open that up. Yeah, so it's a blue switch. Let's see if I can read it. I'm not sure how to pronounce the switch name. Jixian. So Jixian, or maybe it's like Jixian or something like that. I'm not sure. That would be the switch there. Pretty quiet actually for a blue switch. Let me get my blue switch that I actually use on a fairly regular basis. I have a couple of blue switches. The other one's in another city, Razer Black Widow, but I actually don't like that keyboard. I'm going to get rid of it. But this one here is an Outemu, or however you say that, blue switch, and I got this for quite cheap as well. Omaton or whatever that brand is, but let's have a look at that. These are Outemu blue switches. Keycap on. This one's decent quality, nothing special, but gets the job done. So this is pitchier. Even if I don't bottom it out. This is a metal back, so it's going to be a little bit different. Very little flex on this, but it's fine. Definitely can hear the metal versus the plastic there. Yeah, but it's surprisingly just light. It weighs like almost half as much as that keyboard there. But okay, so let's plug this in. I'm assuming the drivers will be installed automatically. So there's the RGB. Let me dim the lights a little bit here so we can get a little bit more RGB effect here. I don't do anything in the pitch black, so I don't like to use my peripherals in the pitch black. But right off the bat, one problem is it's so light that it just moves around. like this side is actually less. This you could like, you know, breathe on and it'll move. This side's not quite as bad. You know, it doesn't have, these rubber feet are tiny. It doesn't have anything on the top. That's the problem there. And then these pop-out feet don't have anything on them. So you know, if you want to use this, you're going to want to stick a rubber pad on there or on the back here, where it's just going to slide around, because this weighs like, you know, half a pound. Something, it's hard to, spacing of the keys is weird, or it could just be the lightness of it. But yeah, let's type that again. It's a lot of typos right off the bat. Let's try it again. Okay, so you know, you get used to it pretty quick. It has a very like pingy metallic sound to it. It's hard to describe the sound. I hope it's picked up on camera, but like, I don't know, it's like almost like not a type, almost like a typewriter or something, or like if you don't touch them hard. There's a lot of, you know, key wobble, which is fine. I don't mind key wobble, but there's this weird like metal rattling sound that's constant. Now these aren't as bad, but all the ones that have the bracer bars in them, so the space bar, shift, enter, maybe not the backspace, the shift, you know, they have those metal bars in them and they're just super rattly. You know, they're like probably a newer Chinese branded blue switch, but the actual switch is fine. So this switch, probably in a, you know, better constructed keyboard would be nice. And it would probably feel pretty good actually. And this cheaper keyboard, it feels, you know, diminishes the quality of the switch a bit. So let's see here, function, insert one, lighting effect. So that, I mean, just keep pressing it. That makes it slightly dimmer maybe. That makes it quite a bit dimmer. Where it's brightest over here and basically off over on this end. And that does a bit of a wavy thing. Red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Back to normal. Okay. Backlight mode 2 is this and 2. So basically only the Windows key is lit up. That's fine, I guess. And it doesn't go back to normal. Backlight mode 3 is a wavy thing. So it looks like there's actually distributed RGB LEDs. So there's red LEDs here, you know, yellow, green, blue, purple. It's not that each node, each diode has, you know, multiple colors in there under each key. So you're basically, you have that specific pattern. You know, I've seen some that can actually change colors. This one back here can change colors. This one here can actually change colors because there's multiple LEDs per area, but that's fine, I guess. Delete here is fully backlight mode, which didn't actually go full. It made another wave. So there's lots of like wavy patterns built in. It's cool, I guess. Whatever. It's not my thing, but I mean, if you're just leaving your computer idle and you just want somebody to walk in, you have like a minor flex with your $25 keyboard. You know, it looks more expensive than it is, I guess. Page that FPS gaming mode, that turned off the light. FPS gaming mode is 6. Page up. That's really hard to read. Page down 6. But that actually that's not right then. Because on this key here it says page down, and then it says FPS gaming mode, and it has a 6 on it. This one here doesn't have a 6 on it. And it actually just turns off the light. So this keyboard doesn't have what this manual here says. I don't know if you can read that, but remember the second last one there says page down and 6, and it goes in FPS gaming mode, which on this, at least this one, if this is what the manual's for, it just turns it off. So there's FPS here. Maybe, you know, maybe this little key here is for the full keyboard. So let's try this over here. Yeah, okay, so this little key here, even though it shows the, the proper keyboard here, this little key here for the keys is for the other model. On this one, you just have to kind of play with it a bit. There's no other thing here. So FPS is here, so you have your WASD and your Windows. I don't know why the Windows key's there, but I guess because you can lock it, right? RTS, real-time strategy. What's the difference? You have your camera moving. I don't know, maybe these are your other common ones. Hotkeys, probably. Yeah, I guess those are probably hotkeys, like powers or whatever they would be. Making the lighting direction right. Making the lighting direction left. I guess it's these here. What does that do? Let's go back to normal mode. It says plus function, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, whatever, those don't do anything. I don't know what it's talking about. But it doesn't do anything. Speed down the backlight changing. Speed up the backlight changing. So I guess the pattern of that wavy thing gets slowed. So that does work. It's quite a bit slower, and you can make it faster. So that's cool, that works. That key there, off or on, which doesn't do anything. Oh, that broke something. Oh, that's what I have to do over there. So I'd probably use full mode or off mode. That's what I would personally do. So you get media keys up here. That work fine. Is that a home key, or what's that there? That's my computer, I guess. Internet Explorer will probably just bring up default. Yes, it does. That works. This should bring up my browser. Yes, it does. Outlook. Calculator works fine. Windows Media Player. Volume up, volume down. Mute works. So everything works. Compared to this one here, Omaton, I actually paid less for this. I think I paid $17 for this. Okay, so looking online right now, this keyboard here, full price, Amazon.ca, so Canadian, is $40, $39.98. The full price for this, which I don't know if it actually goes to full price, but the full price for this is $45.99. So I paid for $25. Actually paid I think $17 for this, but this is a $45.99 Canadian keyboard. This is a $40 keyboard. It's not comparable, to be honest. This one here, the actual switches are actually nice. The Outemu switches are nice. I actually like them quite a bit. Probably better than the Cherry Blues, if that's blasphemous, but the Cherry Blues, at least in my Black Widow, are so light to press that I accidentally press them all the time. So this keyboard's good. Good build quality. It's metal, completely metal. It doesn't slide around. $40. 45 for this one here at full price. I would never pay $45 for this keyboard right here. So if you're looking between the two, this is Omaton, O-M-O-T-O-N, Mechanical Keyboard, blue switches. This is also blue switches, and they're not comparable. This is a much cheaper product. If you can find this online, this PICTEK one, and you just need a keyboard. I mean, it's already bent. Wow. And you just need a keyboard. You could get this, I guess, if it was $20 or whatever. Actually, I paid $20 for this. I didn't pay $25, but it's so cheap. I don't think you see that camera, but I'm not putting any force there. It's actually warped right now. This one I wouldn't buy for $40. If you were going to get these full price, this is great. I would get this. Red Dragon is another brand I've used that has a blue switch. I have it at my work, which is, I can't go there anymore. And it's a blue switch as well, and it's fine. It's probably very similar to this. But yeah, that's basically my review of the PICTEK Mechanical Keyboard with blue switches. Unless you can get it for super cheap, Canadian, $20 or $15, American $20, maybe $21 or $22. I wouldn't buy it at that price. It's fine, but I would not go any higher than that because the build quality is just not great. If you get it for like a little kid or something, and they want like a mechanical keyboard, the actual switches are fine, but the build quality of the actual keyboard is pretty bad. So you'd have to weight it down or add some pads and make some tweaks to it. And at that cheaper price, I can justify it, but at full price, it's just not great. So I'll just pop on that light real quick so I can do a comparison here. This is the Omaton one. You know, it's metal. There's no flex. A little bit, but I'm actually putting a lot of power in there. That's metal. This one here, I mean, I don't want to do it too hard because I will break it, but I mean, I could legitimately break this keyboard in half with my bare hands, with not a lot of effort. It's actually warped right now. Can't really see it on camera, but it's already warped when I got it.